I did my bachelor's and master's in the Guru Nanak Dev University. Then I got involved in PhD program at IIT Roorkee,
Uh-huh.
and I chose the topic that is perovskite nanocrystals, its synthesis and applications. And I designed few perovskite materials which can be utilized for the photo detectors.
Okay.
And then I got Fulbright and some other fellowships. So I always got some fellowships for my PhD, pre-PhD or postdoc programs
Uh-huh.
because it always gives me actually freedom to explore more materials apart from one particular project.
Mm-hmm.
And during Belgium, since it was COVID time, I was not able to perform much work in lab. So
Uh-huh.
I wrote review article in that 1 year of tenure, and then I got some fellowship in Canada, and I migrated because it's easy to look for the jobs in US, Canada as compared to Europe because of the language issues.
Yeah.
So I shifted here, and here I started working on magazines, which was very new for me. Magazines and their composites for hydrogen production technology.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
And
have
I
I heard about Max. Is it the guy at Drexel who started
yes,
this?
yes. I joined his school actually last year, and then I thought of starting this project, and I accomplished that project, and I wrote also. We
Okay.
are about to communicate, yeah, by this week. So if I will think of all these research terms, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But now when I'm thinking of switching to jobs, I don't know, directly or indirectly, I'm not much aware that if I'm really interested in academics, I guess I'm okay because we are doing this stuff from long time.
Right, right,
But yeah, I want to make a move in the job. Like, I don't want to go for next postdoc now. That is a
right, right.
serious concern. Yeah.
No, no, I think it's a good concern because otherwise you will be postdoc for your life.
Yeah.
I think it's a viable concern. So
Yeah.
I think what you are saying, what you are thinking, what I'm saying is perfectly all right. There is nothing that what you just said doesn't make sense. So my question to you is like, what are you trying to do here? So you're looking for a position in industry. So what's your question regarding that? If I have to ask
Yeah.
you.
Actually, in the industries, I worked for 7 months in the pharma industry in India,
Uh-huh.
and I was pretty much sure I don't want to go for core synthesis.
Okay. So you
And
don't want to work in manufacturing, if I have to ask.
yeah, like I don't want to work for long organic molecules.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not my like. I know during that company it was like I was signed with two positions
Uh-huh.
since it was a startup program. So first was they gave me responsibility to set up R&D.
Uh-huh.
I was very good in setting up R&D. Like I made the list of from scratch that how many budget we require for from Caesar to Hood, like everything I set up.
Uh-huh.
I was able to to call to the vendors and to the machine holders to everyone like what we want in R&D.
Mhm.
But I was okay to manage the teammates also. But I'm little frank person, so I guess in industry it is little you need to be little more disciplined or more. I don't know how to explain.
That's
I
okay.
was
I mean,
yeah
so
yeah
what you're looking for then? That I'm trying to
yeah.
reach your questions actually, so
Yes,
you can
actually,
help.
yeah, the third thing is I was okay with the minutes of meetings preparation and talking to the tech transfer people and all.
Mhm.
So I guess I don't want very deep R&D expert thing
Mhm.
until unless it's not energy section because I heard in energy section you don't need to go for too much synthesis. You can go for fabrication things also.
Mhm.
Mhm. So my
So,
concern for
yeah,
industry is to
yeah.
which positions should I apply?
Which division you said?
Yeah, division and position so that like
I mean, I don't know much about Canada, but if you look around or where you want to settle down, it
mm-hmm,
all depends on that also. But you mostly you will find in US and Canada, you won't find very hard manufacturing unless it's a startup. So let's say, for example, you are working for a company like Intel or something.
mm-hmm,
Unless and until you are in their plant or
mm-hmm.
I mean, I will tell you one thing. Like, I have friends who work for Intel, and
Okay.
even after PhD, the first job they get is they put them into the um, into making wafers. Like, that's their
Oh.
first job.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, I mean, I mean, here's the thing. Also, as a PhD, they won't put you into a position where you have to run any manufacturing plant or something. Most likely what happens is if you have a PhD and probably a postdoc, you end
Mm-hmm.
up working for an R&D team doing small prototype development type of a work, or some sort of a failure analysis sort of a work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what industry you are targeting, but what I'm trying to say that that's the usual work would look like in an industry.
Okay.
Having said that, I will also tell you that I have been working for industry after postdocs. I did two postdocs after my PhD,
Mm-hmm.
and you one thing I have realized is in industry,
Mm-hmm.
unlike academic, it's not always your choice what you want to do also,
Okay.
because it's you are very disposable in an industry. So for someone to say I can do this but I cannot do this,
Mm-hmm.
your life would be very short lived.
Oh.
You have to do pretty much what is asked you to do, unless you unless I would say you gain some sort of some sort of or you are a indisposable person for that particular role or industry, which never happens. They can
Oh.
always find someone. I don't I haven't seen that in an industry that somebody leaves and it becomes a big problem, or they always have they always have somebody as a disposable, unlike in academics where you have more or less some sort of a freedom to do things, which is also not very true in US and Canada, because you are dependent on the grants. So
Yeah.
if I will tell you an example. Like, for example, in 90s a lot of people started doing work on AIDS,
Mm-hmm.
and then nanomaterials came in, and then some lot of people moved to nanomaterials, and that died out. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people now started working for additive manufacturing, and then after COVID came, a lot of people started working on for COVID coatings. I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody is working on vaccine coating for COVID also.
Mm-hmm.
So my point here is you have to move according to what the where the demand is.
Okay.
In an industry, it depends on what kind of a work you are supposed to do. The manager can ask you, depends on what you want to do. Actually, to be honest with you, those days are gone where managers used to give you the work. Usually, you have to find your own work in industry now. So,
Oh.
lot of the industry, the way they run, unless until I would say you are working for a company which makes fridge or something, which is also very competitive. But most of the time, if you work for an industry, usually you need to look for charge numbers. They will ask you find your own charge number. That means you have to walk around and sell yourself and say, hey, I know this, can I help you? Can I do this, can I do this? Or I know how to do this. So it
Oh.
happens very much often. Otherwise, what happens is you are on an overhead, and overhead means you are a burden for industry. And usually whenever the firing happens, the overhead people goes are on the line first, are the first on the line to get fired.
Oh.
So you I would one thing I would advise you, Parul, that if you're looking for a job in industry, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Never say that you don't like to do this. uh, as soon as you will say this to someone, you will be in trouble, trust me.
Okay. Okay.
So always try to sell yourself. Always try to say that I can do this work better, whether it's like वो झाड़ू लगाने का काम ही क्यों ना हो, doesn't matter. I'm saying in a very crude way, but I hope you understand my point.
Yeah.
You can the attitude should be I can do better. not that I don't want to do. That's my point. And then you can survive. Because in, those days are gone where our parents used to work for a company. These days, if you look for anybody, you talk to anyone, I can bet you within 10 years in their career, they probably have moved 5 jobs. So the life is very short in an industry these days. And if
Okay.
you want to progress, if you want to move around, that's how it is going to be. Otherwise, you will either stay in a job and you will stay in a job forever. There will be no progress. And if you are a person who wants to compete, who wants to move up in the ladder, you have to be very fierce and a person that everybody can say, no matter what you give that to that person, she or he does a perfect job, or that person never complains, or that person is a people person, things like that. So that
Okay.
would be my advice to you.
And also one more thing, I want to know, for example, if I will make a move
uh,
personally,
uh,
if I want to go for 1 year of online industrial job, and there is nothing like that, right? In my stream.
I mean, unless you are very good in computers. I mean,
That is
otherwise
all.
most of the jobs are hands-on jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, on computers it's like language and computational, right? Nothing
So it
else.
depends on what you want to do. I mean, if you want to work for IT company, that's a separate issue. But if you want to work in your own field,
Mm-hmm.
you have to figure it out what work you have done. Are you do you consider yourself experimentalist, or you are more computational? So that can be decided, but by your background and what work you have published and what work you have done.
Yeah, but no, like even in the like I worked on experimental bench only,
Uh,
but there is nothing like online jobs that I can look for
I
some
mean,
time for at least 1 year.
I don't know what online jobs you're talking about, to be honest with you. I mean, you can do any online job. That could be a data mining job, but that would be something, unless and until you are really desperate because of some reason. I don't think you want to do that, because it's going to ruin your career in longer terms.
Okay, and yeah, that is the only doubt actually I want to know, because so that I should not like take the steps that will definitely affect my future. And
I
one
mean,
more
unless
thing.
until people, I won't say people don't do that. People do that in a desperate situation, and I don't know what desperate situation you have. So personally, a lot of time people have that because, let's say, somebody is married and they say, "Hey, I can't move because my family is here. I have kids." Um,
Mhm.
then you have to do. But if your situation is doesn't comes under that critically desperate, I would avoid that. That's my point.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So if that is the situation, then online I should look for data mining jobs, because I don't know actually which job should, because I feel like I can't do anything online because I did everything in the lab.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. But those jobs, data mining jobs, will be given to people who have that sort of a background. Otherwise,
Okay,
what work you will do? A lot of people come with a data analytics background. They have a degree in that area, or things like that. So
okay,
so I mean, as I said, I it won't hurt you to look for, if that is the case, look for data entry job. But those jobs are high school jobs, basically.
yeah, that's true.
But again, as I said, desperate situation require desperate time. So you can, somebody, if you have to do, you have to do. So I'm not saying don't do that, but you have to be your own judge.
Okay, and also one more thing, like have you seen my CV? Like, do you
Yeah, I
think it's
did.
okay for if I can apply, if I will apply for academia in Canada? Do you think it's a potential or no? Like I should.
I think you have a good potential because these days, I mean, you have a good CV. I definitely won't say, and
Mhm.
your supervisor right now is a pretty well-known guy also. I have met him once, I think, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's a very well-known guy in that area. But what I'm saying is, if you ask me personally, I think if you do a good work where you are right now, I
Mhm.
personally think that in Canada you could have a very good chance. May not be in top 10 universities, but beyond that, I think so. Because these days, whether it's Canada or any place you go,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a woman, and if you come with a minority background and all that, and if you have a good CV, your chances are way higher.
Yeah, but the
So
my only concern is not a good high impact publication. Like the latest my good publication is
as I
ACES
said,
for com.
it all depends on what university you're applying. So if
Oh,
you're applying to, I don't know, let's say University of Toronto, which is, let's say, Canada's top university, you may not have a chance. But if you apply at University of Nova Scotia, you may have a good chance. That's my point.
okay.
Yeah. So it depends on where you apply also. I'm not saying apply to Harvard, but you can apply to some other place which is well below Harvard, and suddenly, because of your background, you become a
Mm,
high value asset. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So I should try, I guess, both, right? Academia as well as
Yeah, yeah, of
industry.
course. Yeah, definitely. I mean, what's the point of doing PhDs and postdocs then? It's a
Yeah.
waste of your time. And as I said,
Yeah.
if you get a job in academia, I can tell you,
Mm-hmm.
it's you will have a lot of freedom to do a lot of things. It's a I would say it's a very good work life balance, and you don't have to deal with layoffs, and industry is a lot of pressure. It's not easy to work in an industry.
Okay.
Yeah, industry is definitely, they say that industry you get paid well and all that. That's very true. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, if you do good in an academia, you will find, even look your advisors, and even if you look at professors in India, they have a good life. You know what I mean? They live a
Mm-hmm.
very easy life in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to understand that. And again, it depends on what I'm saying with a PhD. The good thing is that you can get a Canadian residency easily if you want to stay in Canada. You can um, apply for job in an industry. You can apply for job in academia. Unlike for our master students, they can't apply for academics, but they can apply to industry. So you will have more competition in that sense, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and then, as I said, you can apply for research scientist positions also in national labs, where you are in Indra. So
Oh, really? Research scientist positions in national laboratories?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, even where you are, I think at INRS there might be some positions if they hire. Sometimes they promote postdocs, but I am not sure. But what I'm saying, in Canadian research organizations, you can always find a job. You can always find actually federal jobs. That's what I'm saying. If you just arrive Canada, I will go for a look for a lawyer and apply for my residency right away, because you can get residency as a PhD in Canada quite easily.
I have not applied to actually. I thought I need to give IELTS first. So I'm
Oh,
like
okay. That I
confused.
don't know. But what I'm saying is you shouldn't be waiting for that, because you are losing time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what's the point otherwise? Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if you get a job in academics, then they will do everything for you. So your life,
Oh, then
yeah,
then they will do residency but I don't know. When I see on Indeed, they say permanent residency required. So that's why I feel like okay, I
could
can't
be,
apply.
could be. I don't know much about Canada, but in US I know. Like for example, I have friends who I had a friend who does his postdoc, PhD actually in Australia. He came to
Mm-hmm.
US as a professor, and the university did everything for him. So
Oh, yeah.
here they do that. In US they do that for you.
Okay.
Yeah. But definitely, one thing I will tell you is apply for residency. You can again keep applying for jobs in Canada, industry or academics, whatever you like. If you get a job in a good industry, it's
Mm-hmm.
always fun to work.
Yeah, actually, frankly speaking, my family is just saying now to take some break for the personal settlement things, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
No, no,
I
that's
don't want that. Frankly speaking, because I feel like if I will take a break now, it will be like break for longer, and I just want something I should get
yeah,
side by because I know it will definitely
yeah.
it,
I mean,
it,
if you,
it will be difficult initially, but I know things will be settled down.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
um, I mean, here's the thing. In US, lot of like I came to US to for my studies, and a lot of my friends came like that.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, when we finished our PhD, we got married. We found someone and we got married. So there is always a chance that you can find someone there too. There, so it depends on what you have. I won't blame your parents or
Yes.
family. They have a right to say things also.
Mm,
Their
yeah.
brain works in a different way, right? But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, you can always figure it out those things in parallel. Because I
Mm,
got married when I was a postdoc. A lot of my friends got married like that.
okay.
Because right down when we finished our PhD, we were about 30 years old, and everybody was saying, "Get married, get married."
Yeah, yeah.
So that is very normal, and I think for women it's little bit hard. Also, I would definitely say that. So like my wife, she was doing her PhD in Japan at the time, and then
Okay.
yeah, she then when we got married and she came here, we both were postdocs at Johns Hopkins. At
Ah.
Yeah, so and then we were apart for about after married about 2 years,
Mm,
and because I got another job at Tennessee, she was still there, but then we moved here, in,
yeah.
and then she decided she wanted to go for med school, so she's a physician now.
Oh, wow. So nice.
Yeah.
But I guess it's only PhDs who can understand that, roller
Oh
coaster
yeah, yeah, yeah,
between
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a not only PhDs, immigrants.
immigrants.
That's not
They
your
have,
home, right? So it begins another pressure of
settling in
financial
the
pressure and emotional pressure and a lot of things, right? So
other things, yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I completely understand. So
Mm.
but you are the one who took that step, so you have to face it. That's what how it goes.
Yeah. I don't want to give up actually. Yeah.
No,
That's
you don't
my
have to
thing.
give up. What I'm saying is you can be a little smart. If I was you, my advice would be for you is get a
Mm-hmm.
job. Once you have a job, that part is settled, and then you can always look around.
Okay.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
that would be my advice. Look for a job unless and until you find someone within
Yeah,
Canada, then
that's
it's
true.
much easier. But
Yeah.
and that's also true. People do that too. I have friends. I have my cousin who did that actually. He was in Philadelphia, found someone here, got married.
Yeah. And also one more thing I want to ask
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
Like I don't have PR. I have my contract till July 12th.
Uh-huh.
So do you think I should apply like my concern now is to apply residency like instead of being in lab and doing experiments, right? Or no, I should do everything all together.
No, you should do. I mean, you want to get paid, right? So what's the point?
Mm,
Is
the Professor Rose is a very nice person, so he's very frank person. He told me to write a review article meantime, and because I already completed one article, and he will communicate that in February as per his schedule.
you
So he
you are on
told me
some
that
you are on some kind of fellowship here?
yeah, yeah, I have my own fellowship, so
Okay.
that's why he
When
don't
when
care.
it's ending?
July 12th.
July 12th. Can you ask Frederick that he can pay you after that or no?
Actually, he left Canada the day I came last
Uh-huh.
year. He left Canada because of his personal things. So he used to come like whenever he comes, just he just meet outside like for a coffee or for some dinner. To me only because I am the only person here now. Everybody left.
Oh, he
So
moved to France?
he moved to Italy. Italy
Oh, Italy.
in the
Yeah, yeah,
same
yeah.
institute where his father is there. You know
Okay,
that?
okay. Yeah, yeah, I know he's moving. So he moved completely?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Got it.
But he's still very active in meetings and everywhere. But yeah, he just told me
I
that.
mean, I would, if I was you, I would definitely go and talk to a lawyer tomorrow
Oh,
and
really?
ask them how much time do I have, because your
Okay.
talk is ticking too.
Okay.
Because I don't know how much time it takes in Canada to apply for a PR and then for you to stay there legally.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing you have to look around. Otherwise, I guess you have to go back to India if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, then also it's more concerning because in India also, I tried a lot of jobs in India actually also.
Uh-huh.
But in India, it's hard as compared to, I guess,
Yeah, yeah,
abroad
of
because
course.
in
It
India, I got selected for Inspire faculty, but after interview, they rejected me that the candidate is not independent enough because of less period spent in like PhD and postdoc.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
So
I don't know much about India to be honest with you, but definitely seems that way. And also, a lot of people, a lot of really good people are
mm-hmm.
leaving here and going to India after PhD. So that's also true. So the competition is a lot. I have a couple of friends actually who did PhD with me, and they're professor in IITs.
India? Yeah. If
Yeah,
if you got opportunity, then it's good, I feel. If
yeah. I mean,
not,
it depends on what you want to
what
do,
someone wants,
what
yeah, yeah.
opportunity you get. But I will tell you one thing is, and
Mm-hmm.
that has been told to me by someone when I was finishing up my PhD. He said, Amit, if you want to go to India, make sure you go to academics because industry is job over there is not that great. Things might
Yeah.
have changed now, but I don't
No,
know.
no, no. I worked in industry. It's very bad. I started. Actually, that was a time when I was paid good, but they don't have any timings. Either they call at
Yeah,
7 o'clock.
I will tell you, industry job in US also is
Don't
not.
have time.
Yeah, it's depends. It a lot of it depends on where they put you. So
Okay.
I won't say that over here is everything is flowery. It's not the
Oh,
case.
okay. So, yeah.
Industry jobs, I would tell you, is are demanding jobs. You will be under a constant pressure to perform.
Okay.
And God forbid if you get a really bad boss, that person can make your life hell, and that happens very often.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because there is a saying called you work for a boss, not for industry. Doesn't matter where you go. If your boss is hell, your life is hell.
Hell, yeah. And also, I want to ask you, what
Yeah.
should I like write for cover letter? I mean,
I mean, there are some cover letters you can find. It's cover letters usually depends on what position you are applying. It's not a
okay,
standard letter. Yeah. So cover letters usually are, let's say you found a job called research scientist at Intel, right? And it talks about fabrication, it talks about things. So your cover letter should be based on that.
okay.
Yeah. I did. I have some other videos. I think if you want, go to the Careerpedia YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
There are some videos that I put around for some postdocs. A lot of postdocs I have spoken to, and there are people who have asked me about how to apply for a job or what a CV should look like. I probably
Mm-hmm.
would repeating the same thing, but your CV for a postdoc or a PhD is fine. There is nothing wrong. It's good. I think if everything goes fine, you should be able to find a job. It all
Okay,
unless and until there is a visa issue. That's why I said go apply for a PR because that will can make or break your life right now. To be honest with you, like the
okay.
only reason I was able to stay in US and find my first job that was in Rolls Royce was because I got PR on time.
Oh, okay,
Otherwise, I
okay,
had to go to India. Yeah.
okay. So yeah, I will ask for this PR thing and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
About one question I want to ask. In your LinkedIn, you said you are from Uttaranchal.
I'm from Punjab.
Oh, okay. It says Uttarakhand somehow, so that's why I was
Yeah,
curious.
it's Uttarakhand because I write IIT Roorkee.
Oh, okay,
IIT
okay, okay,
is in
okay. Got it.
Uttarakhand. Yeah.
No, no. I live in my hometown is Nainital, so that's the reason I was asking.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
We actually, yeah, that's because I spent 4.5 years in like
Got
Roorkee.
it, got it, got it. Yeah,
Uttarakhand,
yeah,
yeah, that's it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, I understand. Okay, cool.
Mm.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you so
mean, keep
much.
in touch, Parul. And if you have
Yeah,
any questions,
definitely.
let me know later on. But as I said, first thing, get a lawyer,
One,
get a
yeah,
PR.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
Bye.